Hi guys, I'm Tracy. Thank you for joining me today. So today's video is a review on the new LYS Serum Foundation. So a couple of videos ago I demoed and gave some feedback about the bronzer and the powder, the setting powder in translucent, and I really love those products. And in fact, I got the foundation a couple weeks ago, so that's what we're going to talk about today. And then yesterday, a couple of their items came back into stock, so I'll be getting those hopefully by next week sometime, and then I could do like a little demo and review on those products. But for today, I really wanted to focus on the foundation because I've had a couple weeks to try it with different types of skin prep and different powders and things like that, and I think I found the best way to wear this product, and I think I've kind of figured out what type of skin would really enjoy this foundation. So first of all, something that I noticed right away is it runs a little on the darker side, but after you have it on for a while, it almost like adjusts to your skin tone. So I have it on, I've had it on, it's a little after 2. I have it on since 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, at least 5 hours. And I'm looking in the monitor and it looks like it matches perfectly, even though when I first put it on, I thought, ooh, it might be a little bit darker than my natural skin color. So I have the shade MN3, and I thought it would be too light. The reason is I watched a review from Mel Thompson and Patty Alonso, who are a shade lighter than me, and they bought MN1, which is the medium neutral, the lighter one. And this is the in between. There's also an MN5, and I considered getting the MN5, but I went with the 3. And I'm actually happy with it. After it settles in and I have all of my makeup done, it wears beautifully. However, if you have oily skin, you might not like it because it tends to get a little oily towards the end of the day. Even for me, and I have slightly dry skin, I have combo, but I'm in a very dry climate. It's been pretty cold recently. And so if anything, my skin tends to dry during the day. I get a little oily right here, but not a whole lot. So let me show you guys the shades. So I've had this on my arm for about 5 minutes, so they're dried. I didn't want to show you guys what it looked like when it was just applied because, you know, they oxidize and change. So, and in fact, just in the last couple minutes, I've noticed the one that was lightest is actually a lot darker. So I'm going to show you these swatches on my arm. So this one here is the Shiseido Naturally or Radiant Lifting in 240 quartz. And so this is the shade that I feel matches me in the Shiseido line. This is the LYS foundation in MN3. And this is the Nars Naturally Radiant foundation in Fiji, which is my color right now. So this one actually darkened up. This was the lightest when I first swatched it. So as you can see, it does run a little darker than the shades that I normally wear, and it's a little warmer, I feel. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it has a little bit more of a golden undertone versus the Nars runs yellow. And I feel like in general that's what Nars complexion products do. And this one, I feel the Shiseido is truly a neutral shade, but that's just what I'm seeing. So if you're kind of trying to decide between shades, maybe go with the lighter one. Okay, and then so I haven't touched up my skin and I'm not oily, but so I think a big reason why the foundation has worn so well is I put the Laura Mercier blurring pure canvas primer. I got this as one of the rewards through Sephora. I really enjoy this primer. I don't really like a lot of primers, I have in my drawer at least 6 or 7 different ones, and this was the first one that I'm actually considering purchasing. So I get a lot of, like, you know, samples and freebies and things. So I think this was kind of the key at keeping the foundation in such great shape. So I'll show you guys how it looks when I set it with the translucent powder. I'm going to use a Wayne Goss number 2. So I think I see a little shine here and here, but really not much. And that's really all I have to do. I didn't even have to do that really, but when I wore it without the primer, it was pretty shiny. My skin looked like greasy. So I would recommend a mattifying primer or a blurring primer. And I usually stay away from those because my skin is kind of on the dry side. But really quick, I have tried over the past couple months. I have this Tatcha one that this one makes me break out. I didn't really use it much. I have the Bobbi Brown that moisturizing primer. It's fine. It's just, I don't think it does anything as a primer. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I got a couple of these. I don't feel like that does anything. I have the Benefit Porefessional. I don't think this does anything either. I also have the Shiseido Day Cream, which is not a primer, but it's very moisturizing, but I don't think it really does anything for the wear of your complexion products. This is the first thing I've tried in a really long time that I feel like has made an impact. So another one I think would work really well is the Hourglass Veil. I used to wear that a long time ago when my skin was really oily, and something like that would, I think, really expand the longevity of this foundation. So another thing that I wanted to mention is that the coverage, it says, I think it says light to medium, but I feel like the coverage is very buildable, and if you want to put, you know, another layer, it gets to borderline full coverage. I mean, it's what I have on now. I mean, I think the Nars, which is a full coverage, probably covers a little bit more, but I feel like it, to me, is enough coverage, and I usually look for medium to full coverage. It also has a slightly luminous finish, so you probably want to set it even if you have dry skin, because I don't know if you can kind of tell, it has a slight luminosity, but I don't think you can tell in the camera. But it does kind of look a little shiny when you first put it on, but nothing crazy. I do use either the LYS setting powder or the Chikuhodo natural lighting powder. Either one I think works great. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys today. The LYS beauty products, so far the 3 that I have are outstanding. I'm really enjoying them, and I wanted to put this up also because they are restocked. This shade in particular was out of stock for a while, and so were a lot of shades. So I looked yesterday and this one is available. It was yesterday, and I wouldn't sleep on it just because they have been going out of stock, because, you know, it is a clean beauty brand and it is very reasonably priced. It's probably maybe $1 or $2 more than a drugstore product. So another thing, you get a full ounce, and it comes in this really beautiful packaging with the frosted glass bottle. Very nice. It's as nice as, you know, the Nars or Shiseido. Actually probably looks even more luxe than the Shiseido and Nars. So, and I've been using the Sonia G Face 2. just so that I can test it out, because I'm trying to figure out what to do with this brush, and it's been working out really well. So maybe that has something to do with the way it's been coming out. But the first week or so, I was having a little trouble like keeping this looking good throughout the day. And I don't really like to touch up. I generally don't touch up throughout the day, so I didn't really want to have to do that. But I think with the primer and the powder in conjunction with this foundation make it really, really awesome. I'm not going to put it above these two. So these are this one I've been wearing for years. I'll always have it. It's really great, and I've been really enjoying the two Shiseido, the self-refreshing and the radiant lifting foundations. I've been really enjoying that one, and this one is kind of similar to the Shiseido, but I think the luminosity is identical, and it's just that it runs a little bit warmer, I think, and the shades are a tiny bit deeper than what you might think by looking at the pictures and descriptions online. So I hope that helps you guys. I think it's a great foundation, and I would recommend it to everyone except if you have very oily skin. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.